All right. We have Bismarck K. Yeah, Tamori top class, man. Let me just put all this stuff up here. Why is the camera is gonna angle it down a little bit, fellas. Hopefully. That's much better. Okay. Um so I will try and do as much as we can here in terms of post-match stuff. If you're joining on in, team has no ice in front of goal. Franco, you don't need to tell me, brother. I did. I screamed multiple times. Demo, I got wood on my floor, like wooden floors here, and I just like kept collapsing to my knees after all these misses. Hey Jason, hey Adam, hey Sirius, Claudio, how are you? Bronco Zachary, Demo in the office. I won't tell your boss. And you joined. And you joined Spaces. So I appreciate you tuning in here. Hello to everybody just tuning in right now. So here's the plan. We're gonna go live now for this reaction, and then afterwards, myself and Santangelo will be having a post recording, his thoughts on the match, and then on top of it, the preview for Genoa ahead of that. I will try and get to as many comments as we can. So yeah, Menez, this one's not on Pioli. I don't agree with the Giroud start, but no, bro, we lost one game so far to start the year. This is about the players on the pitch finishing their chances. Samuel Chukwueze today, Pulisic had a poor opportunity that he couldn't finish. Giroud had the best chance of the entire evening. Let me raise my volume here. There we go. Don't want to get it too loud. But yeah, I mean, listen, I know you have your disdain for Pioli. By the way, shout out Yassine Adli. I thought Adli looked fantastic. Coming off the bench, Champions League debut. I thought he did really well. Instantly better than Pobega. Listen, yeah, I'm not saying nothing is on him. I'm just saying, like, if we're gonna blame a result, we blame it on the players for this one. That's who I'm pointing to, because if Giroud finishes that chance in the first half, we're not talking about Pioli's selections. Do I love the guy? Listen, I think he's a good manager, but just some things I think we have to blame players for, and other things we have to blame the manager. And for this one, I don't necessarily think this is on Pioli. It's not even the hunger; it's quality finishing. Guys, my camera stupid right now. It just feels like this is too close to me. I'm sorry. I'm very OCD with that. No, we did it, Jason. Very early, guys. Very early, guys. Yeah, that's true. Idiot. In the nicest way possible. All right, so guys, what I will ask of a bunch of you before we keep on getting into more stuff here, I would greatly appreciate. Ooh, it's very close. That was just a stream getting pulled up. Just keep liking the video, keep subscribing, comment as much as you like. I'll try and get almost every single thing up here. There's about 40 or so of you in here right now. Tons of notifications. Start for the top. So yeah, as of right now, Newcastle goes second in the group, or first in the group, sorry, with 4 points. PSG is second. We are third, and then Dortmund is at the bottom. Listen, there's a lot worse scenarios that there could be for Milan. The scenario that it should have been by now is 6 points, clear of everyone in the group. I think we've been the best team in the group. I didn't catch that Newcastle match. But the fact is this, I think Milan played well on the road in Germany in a very tough environment in Dortmund, in which they have not lost a home game since August of 2022. Okay, so to put that into perspective on how difficult that is over there, we haven't seen anyone else play away to Dortmund yet in this group. We have to remind ourselves of that. Everybody wants to freak out and panic. Don't forget, it was also on the final match day 2 years ago when we first got back in the Champions League. Milan had a chance until the final days. To me, I'm not all as doom and gloom as some people are. I understand where you're coming from with these perspectives of like, hey, we're not in a great spot. I get it. We should have won both of those matches. That's true. But what I also think is true at the same time is that Milan played a good match and they did the best they could outside of the finishing. I can't hate too much. There's some clear, obvious injuries to this midfield that will impact them. But I will say one thing. Milan know they have a sure thing in Yassine Adli now. It's beyond a reasonable doubt. What did I say? I said PSG 3 points. Is that what I said? Because I might have said that by accident. Let me see. 1 second. No, they don't. What do you mean 4 You're saying get 4 points for? Oh, sorry, Demo. Apologies. I was like, I thought I got it right. You fucking with me, man. How can the finishing be this bad? Says Breland. Breland, how many Milan matches have you watched? This is nothing new. This is a common theme every single week. So yeah, let's get into the missed opportunities for Milan. We saw from Giroud, Chukwueze, Pulisic. I thought Rafael Leao probably had one of his worst games of the season as well. Really inconsistent, little sloppy. I thought Teo was pretty good today. Defense, lockdown. Absolutely lockdown. I really was happy about that. Outside of Calabria, very shaky. I thought there was even really poor counterattacking abilities. Just really poor. There was one instance towards the end of the match where Florenzi had a really weak pass to Leao, where it wasn't in front of him, it was slightly behind him, where Leao couldn't basically catch it in stride and go and try and score. But it's obvious that Noah Okafor needs to be starting in Europe. I do believe that. I love Giroud, but he needs to be starting in Europe. Tomori is the greatest defender of all time. Hey, Griezmann. Hey, yo, great goal by Griezmann today. I don't know if anybody caught the earlier matches. That's the only other match besides Milan that I caught was that Atletico Feyenoord match. Mo, come on, man. Not using those words like that. Very solid. It's just a frustrating situation. There's no other way that you could approach a match like this where you're really, or not approach this match, where you can come and take away from this match where you're like, there's nothing left to say but finish your chances. Dortmund, you could say the same thing. I thought they were pretty awful in their final third decision making. I don't even think Reinders was that bad. I think Reinders playing next to Pobega is the issue. I thought Pobega, out of any player in that entire first half, good Lord. And I want to like the kid. I don't think he's that bad. But when you get on the European stage, you get exposed for certain things. One, technical ability. Two, physical. Physically cannot. If you ever seen Pobega run, if any of you guys have played sports, it's really just like, it's just a simple warm-up called high knees, where you just try and get your knees up to your chest as you warm up, helps your quads, obviously your entire lower body. That's the way Pobega runs in a match. Where he's basically doing it. I'm not going to do it on camera because you probably won't see my knees in that situation. Again, we should be scoring more goals home in Europe. We should be scoring more goals, which is why I was begging and pleading for Taremi this entire time. Not getting Taremi is really putting a monkey wrench in this entire thing. Still can't get over the Chukwueze chance. See, it's more for N. Reinders on the follow-up. Talk about two players who have looked good outside of scoring. Frustrating. That just, when Chuk missed that second chance, I had hot flashes of CDK. But that's just the way that's built in. Listen, good news is this. Milan well-positioned to get points. Something seriously not right with PSG. I don't know how many of you got to catch that game. I probably have to go take a look at it. I don't really have many issues with the starting 11 selection. I understand the Pobega side of things again, guys, because you have injuries. You have someone in Adley who would have been risky to start him away in Dortmund in a match like this. I get it. Pobega box to box is more of a sure thing, and you trust Tijani Reinders in that 6 role. Sleepy Foo, I will disagree with this. I don't think Chuk was awesome against Newcastle. PSG won't play like prime Real Madrid. Don't clip that though. Level-headed guy. We ain't taking points off P. Yes, we are. Stop it. We thoroughly outplayed Newcastle. PSG got throttled at St. James's Park. Okay. I think what it really comes down to, and I'm guilty of this at times, is PSG is incredibly overrated when it comes to this kind of stuff. Dortmund contained most of the possession today. Milan doing what they could in those moments. But in all reality, what it came down to was this: a 0-0 draw. Defense, great. Awesome. We love it. Everything else, not really. Um, Cagliari got a silly goal against us. But besides that, since the derby ended, Milan are not conceding. They're not giving up great chances. That's a huge boost. When we thought it could have been a difficult thing, I thought, how about Malik Chow again? Chow is something else, man. What an incredible talent he is. There was also a couple of opportunities on corner kicks, set pieces in general. Ryan, I agree with that. I agree we missed RLC today. Rangers King, because it feels like it's going to be. Sorry, I don't know what you're referring to with that. This is too negative, Rangers. I don't like the negativity. I don't like that. I used to be very cynical. You view the team how you want. I just think it's a little too negative because there's positives to take away from stuff like this. I only get really upset after losses. This result, I think I'm more frustrated by the way it went down, but Newcastle is more frustrating in my opinion. Of a match. You're at home playing against a side who's very inexperienced in a competition like this, really lacking clinical finishing. That was a worse result. This one, you're away to Germany. Dortmund haven't lost since August of 2022. At home. I mean, listen, it's frustrating, but if you told me you get 3 points against Newcastle, you draw in Dortmund, you probably say, yeah, I take it. So, like, as a standalone result, not that bad. I don't think that was a penalty on Florenzi from the replays I saw. It looked like he went down very easily. There needed to be a lot more contact at that point in time for something to be called a penalty, and it was right on the edge of the box. I think there's still positives to take away. I think the team played great. We don't really come away with any injuries here. One thing I will say for sure needs to happen. You have to start Noah Okafor against Genoa this weekend. We'll get into that with myself and Matt Santangelo. We are one person away from 100 people. Oh, 101 people. We are here. Listen, if I can ask something of the people that tune in, that tweet that I just dropped into the chat right here, if you guys could so gladly go on Twitter, retweet that so we get more people involved and into the stream. It's always a lot of fun. I think this is definitely going to be one of the more frustrating results. But listen, guys, we have made some insane strides within 3 years of the Champions League. There's teams that have been in the Champions League years on end that haven't gotten to where Milan were last year. I know people don't like to preach patience and in these situations where you're expecting more out of the club. Absolutely, you expect more out of that. But I don't think this team is as worried. So the important news with some of these fixtures that I do want to get into real quick, sorry. So here we go with Milan's schedule for the duration of the month, right? So Genoa, and then we head into international break, guys. So Krunic, another player that we could see return. Then it's obviously Juve, PSG, Napoli. That's really a monster that we're going to have to deal with. But 2 weeks break layover, it'll be good for a lot of our players, Giroud included, Krunic's health, just really something that we need to get on. Thank you, Demo. Yeah, I just wanted to pull it up so I could help the people here. But that takes us through October. So have to get a must-win here against Genoa because there isn't anything more important than accumulating points against weaker sides in Serie A to get back into this competition next season, which Milan are well positioned to do. But again, also fighting for that 20th Scudetto is very important. No more Pobega. Pobega is a tough one. I don't want to rip him. But what are you going to do with that? Jovic come good, but this is also what I was referring to with the Yassine Adli situation. Now that we know we have another midfielder that we could rely upon within this core group, you could reallocate these resources. And with that, you go and purchase yourself a striker. Many people were shouting for a right back today. I understand where you're coming from with that. There's just a lot of things that Milan have to do right. Frustrating result today. Jovic isn't the guy either, Josh. I don't think people are expecting him to be. I think it's more so about can he contribute this year as a lone player? And I think that's possible. Ali is okay, but not our top starting 11. Well, of course, Benacer is clear of him. But Yassine Adli as a player to be a backup regista now, Adli has proven his worth to Stefano Pioli. Here's the thing with Pioli. If you don't have his trust, he's never going to play you. But the second you have his trust, he is like a golden retriever. He is a loyal dog to his last days with you. You really have to piss off Pioli to be in a bad spot with him. I think we're comfortable with the Yassine Adli now. We'll get into man of the match right now. Is that cool with everybody? Again, subscribe to the podcast and the channel if you have not already. Like this current video. More likes for me means more people coming back, and it gives me more incentive to keep going here. 107 of you, Milanisti, U.S. men's national team fans. Chino, a little too early for that. Let's wait until we get back to break to discuss that. My starting 11. Come on, man. This is way too early to say stuff like this. Dribbling merchant. Like, you say it like it's a bad thing that he beats players one-on-one. Okay, so yeah, let me put up the poll here. Okay, so MOGM. Okay, so we'll go Tomori, right? We'll go Chow. List two other options, people, on who you want for this. I'm not really sure we could put Musa in there. I think Musa was worthy of it. I thought Musa did pretty well. And Teo. We'll do that. Those, to me, are the players that played the best. I don't think Leao deserved that one. Start the poll. Everybody can go and vote. Yeah, Manyan was great too. Pulisic, no shaky. But go ahead and vote in the poll, guys. Again, also, this was something that I just added to the channel. Nobody is under any obligation to do this. Nobody has to comment on the channel, to watch my videos, or anything like that. But to help afford some of the stuff in terms of streaming and the stuff that you see here with myself and Santangelo, if you want to, again, don't care if you do or you don't. It's greatly appreciated if you do. Just a membership. If you want to join as a member, you get like a couple of cool emojis. It's really just $1 a month. If you can afford to do it, if you can't, no worries whatsoever. No skin off my back. I'm not going to dislike any of you for that. But if you do want to help and support, you can help by doing and joining as a membership. It's cheaper than Twitch. A Prime sub. Well, a Prime sub is from Amazon. That was free. But again, it's just $1. Relatively inexpensive. I understand. Regardless, just wanted to throw that out there. But I love all of you. It's been incredible having this many people here to talk Milan. Been doing it for years. Okay, now let's get into everybody's choices real quick. Holy shit, there's so many messages. I agree with this. That's a separate topic. Tomori, really good. Leao is Griezmann. Hey, appreciate this. Thank you so much. Of course, yeah, everybody can vent on halftime spaces. I know it's really condensed. I'll try and figure out how to get a number. I do want to have an idea of just letting Milanisti vent the entire time and leave voicemails and voice messages. I think it would be great content, so you let me know about that. Teo Manyan. Another Tomori. Leao was a ball. Leao was inconsistent for his standard and my expectations for him, below par. Teo and Pulisic, Musa did well. Manyan, Milan coming in second. They need 2000. Yeah. I'll take 2023's Zlatan up front. Actually, that's not true. The guy can't walk. Where are we at? Tomori, what an improvement. Amazing season so far. Manyan was great, Divi. I agree. It's just I don't think he was called upon enough in this game that I think is better than the 4 players listed. That's just my opinion. If you want to go at Manyan, totally cool with you. You guys are always worth it. Tomori was class. Musa goes for the 3rd. Oh, David, thank you so much, man. That's greatly appreciated. No, Timo. Jesus Christ. I'm not that desperate, bro. I'm living at home for now. Imagine I made an OnlyFans, but it was just strictly me dressing up as Zelensky, and it's just doing that. It would be so bad. Aiden Castillo, what an annoying. Yeah, absolutely. Can't sum it up better than that. It's worth more than it. Nah, man, it's okay. Dollar's a dollar. Honestly, adds up over time. Honestly, just really cool. Thank you. Look at the priority. Look how cool that looks, right, David? But thank you. Heck, a 2014 Zlatan is the greatest player on the planet. Adley was top. I agree with you. Marcus, Pulisic had a nice set piece, which Chow could have. Dude, I'm telling you guys, Chow is going to get one on a header on a set piece sooner than later. Tamori and Chow were great today. Totally agree, Anthony. Thank you always for your support. 28-year-old Florenzi. Yeah, just even a healthy one. David here, look at that. Look at in green. I got to change the color. I didn't know it would be like that. But David, greatly appreciated. Really appreciate that. The bugs me in possession. It was a 9 out of 10 when we were out of possession and existent. Yeah. Off-ball work. Giroud, in my opinion, was the weakest attack. Absolutely not even close. Magnan. Okay. Should Pioli have a set time? I think it's always I think, Josh, there's so many nuance to substitutes and when you should and shouldn't put guys on. It really just depends on the match all the time. You bet. Sick. When will Pulisic get Omar? Haram. don't clip that. Thank you, David. Thank you. But yeah, okay. So let's go check in on the poll for man of the match. So Fick coming in at 48%, really high number. Malik Chow, 28%. Musa, Teo, both at 12%. Hey, man, looks like Fick is going to win another man of the match via Martino Puccio's live stream. Let's see. Demo, I'll explain it right now. So you basically kind of pay through Google. Oh, okay. Never mind. You figured it out. Demo, you're incredible. You're incredible. Thank you, man. I appreciate your support as always. Guys, go and follow Demo on Twitter as well. Timotheus? I'm gonna say it wrong, man. I apologize. I try my best. I really do. But Demo's great. Milan Club Chicago, shout out to them. Demo, you can drop the app for your Twitter and Milan Club Chicago over there. Still expect a Zelensky picks. Listen, man, I'm not the one with the Zelensky picks, but what I can do is if we get more sub. Okay, wait. Okay, if we get more memberships, I have the Zelensky shirt. If you guys want me to put that one on, obviously I don't want to do that on camera. I'm gonna go over there, change into the shirt. I can do so. We'll leave out the poll for another 5 minutes or so. Guys, get this to 50 likes if you can. I'll go and do this real quick. I mean, what do you guys think? You know what I could do? You know those not Twitter, those TikTok things where they constantly they go live and you get like hundreds of like roses and shit like that, and you can get paid bank. A lot of people have done that. Okay. So we'll give the poll another couple minutes. If there's a topic that everybody wants to kind of discuss regarding this, we can bring that up. Yeah, so let's talk about the other result. Newcastle destroying PSG. So this, I think, the implications for the group, obviously, this changed a lot for it. Because usually what we think is, we have Newcastle who struggled against Milan, didn't really look good offensively whatsoever. They've been very inconsistent within the Premier League itself. Host PSG, who also in their own right have been inconsistent in Ligue 1. Today was just one of those shocking results. Good for the Toons, good for Newcastle. The Tifos look great for them. So shout out to them. This group, it's a group of death, but they also have incredible Tifos and fans. If I come in a little blurry, let me know. Jeez, congestion. None of these are man of the match. All right, Joel. Well, who do you think is man of the match? Is it Mike Magnan? Hey, man, we compete for any top spot, Marcus. We compete for the first spot still. I truly believe that. The fact that we were frustrated by not winning away at Dortmund, Yes. This is I love this perspective. So I'll just leave this up. Yeah, of course. Everybody's screaming their lungs out with that, but it's a positive. It's a positive with that. So, yeah, perfect, Joel. No problem. Manyan man of the match. There was other people who agree with that. Um, Ciao, Stefano. How are you? From the U.S., New York, and that's about it. I won't give any addresses away. Not the Ukraine. Um, doesn't Milan have an academy? Time to give it some of the. I mean, the best young players 15. They can't put them up top if they wanted to. Just give more time to Okafor. Okay, so really, we got some comments from Antonio Vitiello's Twitter account via Rafael Leao. So here are Leao's comments post match. Were you happy with the draw? Absolutely not. It lacked effectiveness. We made a mistake there. We need to be more aggressive in front of goal. We controlled and created many opportunities in this environment here. For what we did, we should have came away with 3 points. Basically, Rafael Leao is a commenter on this YouTube stream. It's what it is. We have to hope. We have to hope for draws. I hate trying to pick a win. We went from a banter having the capability of being, yep. It's been a quick turnaround. The fact that we got a clean sheet after wet, yeah. There's positives to take away, guys. I'm usually an eternal pessimist here. Okay. This guy right here, all right, his name's Pete Alonso. Plays for the New York Mets. All right. This is my favorite baseball team. Okay, by far. The team I care about most out of any sports team I root for. They're utter garbage. They're shit. Okay? They always blow it. There's always so much dust. So many negative things to take away from being a Mets fan. So this is nothing. And I know Demo knows the same because he's a Bears fan. Coming to the Cubs, yeah, the shittiest report in the world. What a joke that was, Jesse Rogers. I think Pete likes Chicago. Oh, yeah, you think? You're a journalist. Can't be doing that. Should Zeroli get a chance? Listen, Zeroli was there in the preseason tour. He looked great. He did fantastic again today. I really am a fan of him. P. Morton, brother. I'm a Jets fan as well. Jets, Mets, Celtics, Devils, Milan, Duke basketball, for anyone who gives a shit. I think we sucked at finishing. I think there's certain things sometimes when you say, oh, we sucked today, we were this, we were that. We sucked today at finishing. And it's just not a today thing. It's a common occurrence. And when you have a player like Noah Okafor who gets 2 goals in consecutive matches and looks way more lively and does so much more off the ball than Giroud. Giroud is a great servant of the club. I think he's still a really good player during certain opportunities and instances. I would start Giroud in a match against Genoa where he's rested and not playing midweek around 70 minutes or so. The Okafor, he needs a quicker hook on Giroud than he does with these situations. How am I still alive? Milan. But the 2010s were shit. That was really bad. That was like, I don't know. Good thing I was in college. I was doing things. Got distracted by video games, you know. You just find ways to get through it. Just a bunch of them. If I'm being honest with you. PSG started with 4 strikers against Newcastle. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know what Luis Enrique is thinking. Do you think Dortmund came to play a Salernitana kind of game? No, I just think this is also a Dortmund thing. They do struggle at times finishing. And guys, listen. This might sound controversial. Any team not named Bayern Munich, and even this version of Bayern Munich, is not better than Milan. Milan is what people, I think, kind of fail to get and what they get frustrated by. And there's a few reasons for it, and I understand because Milan is a poor finishing team. Here's my thing. People get too negative about the club because we keep losing to a team like Inter, who is our bitter rival. And it kind of strays us off the path of where Milan actually are, which is a title-winning team, a team that went to a Champions League semifinal, team that has been to cup finals, okay? They have good players. This just isn't something that, a lot of fans that are a bit newer, I guess you could say, that started watching post Milan greatness would kind of understand. It's not a quick turnaround project like most people think. This has been thought out, thorough, and analytics being given. There's a lot of worse situations. You forget how awful we looked in that first Champions League, and we ended up winning the title that year. How shaky we looked at times last year. I thought we played way better in the group stage, but we were getting feasted on by Chelsea. Feasted on. Still got a chance here. Chukwueze against Genoa, not against it. Pobega gives me hope that I can make it as a pro. Never give up on your dreams. Chuk decided to fluff the finish. Yeah, I mean, listen, it was bad. It was just bad. I mean, Luis Enrique turning into yellow. I guess so. All right. Let's end the poll for man of the match. And coming in as man of the match, I think this is the third consecutive time. Fikayo Tomori against Borussia Dortmund is your man of the match. So congrats to Fik. Move a little bit closer. But congrats to Fik. Really great result for him. But this, again. Look at that. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Wait, what about this? I love our guy. I love our guy, Rafa. He's just incredibly, like, this one isn't as sad or frustrating by his face, but my God, man, he's just like, can we get this picture over with? I mean, good Lord, man. My guy is upset. What is this? What is? Oh, this is far better. This was the camera angle I wanted the whole time. That's the one time Leao was not smiling. Like Timo just said, actually. That's funny. See, good perspective. Okay, if I were to look at it another way, do you think UCL games have some kind of this interesting choice of words, Joel? Interesting choice of words. Would not have worded it like that. You're an interesting guy. Anyways, it's just finishing. It's the same issues that are persisting the club for a while now. Thank you, Joel. Camera angle is better. I don't know what that was. I just wonder how far was Chow, as I thought he wasn't. I'm a little confused by this, my man. Banyan deserved that trophy. Hey, man, they didn't look at the poll. I'll tell you that. He doesn't look happy. I wouldn't be happy. Damn, I'm getting hungry. A lot of fans are furious. And I understand. So anyways, everybody just keep on commenting your thoughts. There's 75 of you in here. Excuse me. Let's see. Just have to send a couple of messages. I gotta figure out. No, it's Joel. It's fine. It's not your fault if English is not your first language. It's understandable. It's just a very, very different way of explaining things compared to most Americans. Maybe they're going to draw their way to the knockouts. Theoretically possible. Theoretically. Got to get one win, though. Adam says, Leao was smiling and charging through the Dortmund defense. Man of the match, my brother's vexing. I'm surprised Rafa got this. But that just kind of shows the quality of this player. That in a consensus of, we thought he was struggling, he's still man of the match. How many guys can say that? Not many. So we have another stat from Opta Paulo, by the way. So we'll just pull this up real quick. So, oh yeah. Milan have not scored in 4 consecutive Champions League European matches for the first time in their history. Milan had also never drawn their first 2 matches played in the Champions League group stage. First time for a lot of firsts. Demo, he should be. He should be. From what they hope, they're going to run more tests, but they hope that he'll be back by then. It was a wild sentence, but you're doing great, Joel. I don't speak two languages, so you're already ahead of the game regarding myself. If we don't make it out of this group and even qualify for Europa, can you see Pioli getting a sack? I mean, if they finish last, they have to win the Scudetto. I don't think they're going to sack him mid-season. It's just not the way it's going to happen. It would have to be disastrous. What's the worst outcome for match day 6? Europa League, in my opinion. Because then I think they can win the league if they finish last. I think that's almost a sure thing. I think they could do the domestic double. But we got to advance. No excuses. Any update with Benacer? Probably February. Returning sooner than later, but AFCON. Like everyone winning a game and drawing the other team. I don't know. I got to do that math, Joel. I apologize. They upgraded 2 or 3. Yeah. I agree. I have to start Okafor. Pobega should not have played. He is, but players get in situations like that where it's really difficult to, gain trust of a manager so soon in a match like this. Milan have picked up results and done well with Pobega at times in the Champions League, and I understand where Pioli is coming from with that. You have to rotate. Loftus-Cheek is injured. Adley just played multiple matches. The guy hasn't played in a while. TG Reinders is someone who has adapted and played in that role before. It's a difficult spot. One could have argued 4-2-3-1, but a lot of these players have been used to the 4-3-3 over the course of the summer. So it makes sense. Gonna wrap up here soon with this live stream. We can try and figure this out in terms of other situations. If you guys want to know the XG stats, on Chuku, I like Chuku. I like Samuel Chukwueze. Just a rough start finishing wise. I think he's done a lot of good things. Like he's getting in those spaces. He's creating opportunities. He had one chance that was actually relatively close. They're just hard. I think there was one chance that he probably should have tried to go and get the corner there. But if you guys noticed, Dortmund were really sitting back towards the end of that one. They were just trying to catch us on the counter. I think he should be way more selfish more often, and not just today. I don't know why this game's a player like that. I say no, Adam. Funny thing is, I can't find faults with any player today from our side. God bless you, Joel, because I got a lot of bones to pick with 2 players. Benacer, he ain't going to play African. I mean, that's everything I've heard that he might, so I hope not. Of course. You're talking to one of the guys at the top of Adley's support group. You can go back. You have my channel here. You guys can go and see the Yassine Adley stuff I was talking about of January of this year. Tweets about him. Santangelo and I doing clips with Tom Scholes, who's great, discussing Yassine Adley and how good he was at Bordeaux and his best performances against PSG. By the way, clip this at this moment in time. There is, without a shadow of a doubt right now, if Rade Krunic is not prepared and ready to play against PSG in the Champions League, Yassine Adley has to start. Has to. Calabria and Pobega, man in the match for you, Milan. God bless you. Mohammed with a very stern opinion on Davide Calabria. I understand people that come with that opinion. I do like Davide Calabria. I just think there are a lot of people within the fan base that fail to understand his limitations as a player and how it prevents Milan to getting to the next level. And I think that is a common theme. We need a new right back? We absolutely do. But guys, I need to end this here soon. I greatly appreciate all of you. I would love to stay and do this stuff more often. Unfortunately, with Santangelo's schedule and the way we want to get things out, we will have like almost another hour worth of recording where you guys can stay, listen, hear everything. It's going to be released tonight. Again, subscribe to us on Spotify, that Milan podcast. The link to it is in the description. We are also on Apple Podcasts as well. That Milan podcast. Follow me on Twitter. Follow Santangelo on Twitter if you don't already. Matt is fantastic. Him and I have been doing podcasts since 2017 regarding Milan. He does a lot of great written work. If you have not checked any of that out already, he's just an all-around great guy and deserves all of your supports. Again, subscribe, like, comment to the channel. Really greatly appreciate everything. Appreciate everybody that's tuned in. Jason, Sabrina, Joel, Chino Papi, KW. Did I mention Jason there? If I didn't already, Jason, Mohammed, Milano, Chikizi, let's see, Cav, David, and Demo, obviously, for just purchasing the memberships. It's only $1 a month, guys, if you want to help and support. If not, no worries whatsoever. Of course. Exactly. Pete Morton, and thank you for joining. Don't know how to say your name, but thank you so much, Vlad. We'll just go with Vlad. Keep it easy. Michael, thank you for joining. Capolino. There's so many messages here to get through. Nicola was in here. Thank you as well. Krias, Stefano Lotti. Let's see. Marcus tuning in. Adita turning in. Griezmann is the GOAT. Thank you for tuning in. Adam Sule, thank you for tuning in. Josh Burton, thank you for tuning in. Misak, oh hi Mats, Aiden Castillo, Josh Dos Santos, Anthony LaFleur, always repping and commenting on videos. We greatly appreciate it. Again, who else do we have there? Divi Patel, Zion's also a great supporter all the time. Sashin, thank you for that. Tuning in. Bismarck K, Dirty Jag, Servant, Ryan Solomon. Keep going up and up and up and up and up. Oh my God, tons of messages. Franco, one of the first people in here. Ricky Kaka, I don't believe that is our Ricky Kaka. Kendrin? I get Albanian vibes, but let's see what else we got really quick. Young Go, appreciate you. 7718 Bill, and Rangers Kings. That's almost everybody that I could get to the new comments. Steve Wells, thank you so much for always tuning in and taking out. I'll get to your comment really quick. How Calabria started over. I mean, it's trust in the manager. Kind of what I was saying earlier. If you have the trust of Pioli and you're younger, you're more fit in this situation, like opposite of Florenzi, you're going to get the starts and the trust from Pioli. I'm an editor, so these lives are always refreshing when working. Yeah, no worries, man. I know a lot of the work that goes into this kind of stuff, so I greatly appreciate all of you. I do everything myself here, set up the streams, produce it, talk, chat. I hope you guys all enjoy it. I guess I'll support Milan until Catania gets out of the basement. Hey, best of luck to Catania, a classic Italian club. That would be great to see back in Serie A one day, as long as they don't score and beat Milan. They could score. They could get 3-2. But, thank you guys so much. Again, tune in for that Milan podcast. Later today, we're going to be discussing this match against Borussia Dortmund. And we're going to be talking about the match ahead against Genoa. Again, greatly appreciate you guys so much. Like, comment, subscribe. Other than that, see you soon.